Roundhouse kick defense, Helio's roundhouse kick defense is for when someone kicks kind of mid-level, hip level. There are other kick defenses that play off of this when the opponent kicks low and also when they kick high, but they're not on Helio's self-defense for whatever reason. So the important thing with this kick is always moving away from the kick if we have time to react. So the giveaway on this kick, any roundhouse kick, generally they take a big reaching step, and if they really know what they're doing, they're going to be pointing their toes out so that they can get more pivot and power into that kick. He's either stepping in and pivoting, or he's already kicked me like that before. Okay? If he's already kicked at me like this before, then it might happen again. So those are kind of your giveaways. Always maintaining enough distance, a couple arm lengths. Hands are always up to protect the punch. Okay? My opponent steps in, and I'm guessing it's going to be a roundhouse kick because he's pointing his toes out a little bit. Okay? So I always want to move away from the kick. So when we move away from the kick, I'm going to sidestep. This foot's going to drag, and I'm going to point this foot and knee at the kick. Okay? If this knee is pointed forward, that kick can come in right on the side of the quad here, and that's a pretty devastating kick because we're pinching the muscle between the foot and the bone. And there's a lot of big nerves in there as well. So by pointing the knee and the foot at the kick, if he kicks the top of my quad, it's a lot less damaging than if he kicks the side of the quad, okay? We have this nice angle where the kick will kind of glance as well, and that kind of absorbs a little bit of energy. If the kick is low, it's either going to hit the knee or the shin, which isn't pleasant, but it's not as damaging as well. If the kick comes above the elbow, okay, we'll catch it in a different move. We always want the shoulder protecting the jawline. My head is leaning away from the kick, never into it, and the hand is up protecting the temple. Okay? So the movement for this move is sidestep, shoulder and hand come up, and this foot slides. Okay? So here's the movement. You can see how all of this is pointed at the kick. I have this nice pointy elbow. If you ever kicked an elbow, it's not very pleasant. Kind of the same thing with knees. Here, you can see my jawline's protected, my temples somewhat protected, okay? And I have all of this protection pointed at the kick. So with that said, if my opponent kicks below my hand, okay, for now, we're not going to worry about it. So my opponent kicks at me, it's below the hand, he's either hitting the quad or the shin, okay? And in that situation, you know, maybe at that point we can close the gap or whatever, other defense for another time. If he comes above the elbow, I catch, and there's another defense for another time here as well. But for now, we're talking just this mid-level between the elbow and the hand, okay? So don't leave your fingers dangling out here where they're gonna get kicked. Just kind of leave them loose, not stiff, just loose against the body. Okay. When that kick comes in between the elbow and hand, the fingers are going to spring up and catch the ankle. This hand's going to come over and trap it, and then we're going to wrap. So, all that said, we'll go through the move one time so you can see it, and then we'll break it down. So, he kicks. And then we finish with this nice little ankle lock. Kind of a funky little ankle lock here. So, again, first thing, we're moving away from the kick, presenting my shield, okay? Really, when he kicks right into the hand, I just catch it with the fingers here. This hand drops and traps it and pulls it tight against my body, okay? This leg sticking out creates a little shelf to help trap it into. If my leg's not here, it can just slide right down. So A proper setup is really imperative to this move. Kick the fence, trapping, spring the trap here, then I'm wrapping nice and deep, kind of like a guillotine here. Okay. This hand is going to go just below the knee. Okay. If it's too low, I don't have a lot of pressure pushing on the knee, and that's important to push the guy to the mat. We want to lock that knee out, give him some incentive to fall to the mat. So I'm just wrapping this up like figure 4 grip here. Okay. To get this guy to the mat, I'm going to take a big step here to open up a big hole to drop him into. So I step away and I'm going to give him a pull into that hole. So I'm wrapped up here, I'm stepping back, and I'm just going to pull him right back, elbow close to my body. So that's the motion. As I do that, I'm going to push with the hand to lock out the knee. And that's really quite important to get the guy to drop his hips to the mat. So here, kick the fence, trapping, wrapping, figure 4. Open a big hole, pull and push on the knee. Okay, that's how we're taking them down. From here, I want those toes kind of in my armpit. I'm stepping over, and then it becomes kind of a strange little straight ankle lock right here. Okay. So the ankle lock's kind of unique, in my opinion, because it's not quite aligned like you would normally do a straight ankle lock if you're familiar with them. It ends up actually on the side, pushing the ankle in, kind of more like a twisting ankle lock. So it's not really a straight ankle lock, it's more of a twisting ankle lock, but still utilizing the straight ankle lock movement. So kick the fence, he steps in, I know to move away from the kick, most important part, trap, wrap, okay. Open a hole, pull, push on the knee, okay. I'm going to position those toes in my armpit, I'm going to turn and step right next to his hip. Nice square stance here. Okay. Start to apply pressure here and look up. Okay. If you've never done an ankle lock before, don't worry about the ankle lock part. Helio shows the ankle lock, but if you're not familiar with them, it's probably a bit too much at this point. So we can do it without an ankle lock. He kicks, trap, wrap, pull, drop. I can get away, or I can pass. Okay, just drag that leg. So from a different angle here, I'm moving away, trap, wrap, hand goes just below the knee, and I'm wrapping the hands right here. Open a hole, pulling into it, okay? I position those toes right in my armpit. You can see they were here. I'm going to drag this guy over. You can see where the toes are here. I'm going to shift them right up into here. Open, step over. Nice square stance here. I'm going to look up as I apply that pressure. So, catching the foot, dropping the opponent. It's a bit advanced for a basic self-defense, in my opinion. Just my opinion on catching the foot in general is a lot of times it gets you into more trouble than it's worth. So if you take nothing away from the video, remember to slide away from the kick. We're always moving away from the kick. We're protecting, we're pointing everything at the kick. We're protecting the head. Shoulder comes up to protect the jaw. Hand comes up to protect the temple. Head is leaning away, okay? What we never want to do is lean in to try and catch the kick. So many times we worry about catching this kick that I lose my posture and just set him up to punch me in the head. Same with the front kick. He front kicks me. And I'm worried about catching this kick that I drop and set myself up for worse things. So main takeaway is this protection. When we see the guy stepping in or he's already tried to roundhouse kick me, okay, ideally we're just closing the gap, taking them down. But this is also a viable option.